Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Magical Mischief Tour. It continues still, and yes, I'm still doing a toot. So today I've got some plans that we're going to continue on with a bit more occultism to try and get my, supplies a little bit more filled out, and then maybe we'll even take a look at some tomes. We'll see. But first things first, I had some money because I had been cooking up a whole bunch of the California rolls, and I was able to get two of the very high-end stuff. They're worth 100 coins each, and that's a tea leaf and a blaze heart. The blaze heart makes me immune to fire damage. Nice. And then the tea leaf makes me immune to wither and poison. So these are really, really nice. In general, I'm going to keep the horseshoe for now. But I'm going to remove the Bigfoot one, and I'm going to put on Wither and Poison. Mainly because the fire one I'm not going to be doing here. If I go into the Nether, I definitely will be enforcing that, or maybe even some other areas. But for now, the poison seems to be the biggest thing that I run into. If anything, it's probably because of those darn, bushes and stuff everywhere. But anyway, Let's get into this stuff. I've got some supplies for later on if we get into tomes. We'll see about that. Let's see how far we can get into occultism. So what I'm going to be making is effectively a little demon guy is going to be possessing a magic lamp, and then using it in a dimensional mine shaft will be mining for all of our materials, because I keep running out of some materials, and it's going down to doing the mining runs. Kind of like, it's a bit tedious at this point. Though it is a lot easier than it used to be, especially with some of the magic spells that we have now. But let's actually get into this, and we're going to start off with some of the basic stuff. This is a bit of a quest chain in order to get this going. Now we already have a bunch of these things like purple chalk and stuff. We don't even need the endermites anymore. But what we will need is, we don't have to have goggles, but I do find it to be very easy to get some. So we're going to probably try and make some with Ezevius's Spectral Compulsion. We're going to need a couple silver, gold, one of those Book of Bindings for foliates, and the glass lenses, which are just a spirit-attuned gem surrounded by some kind of window panes. And these, if you forgot, it's just a diamond tossed in spirit fire. So let me get that stuff set up, and I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. This probably should do it here. Just get all the ingredients required for the spell. Put it down here. And that should summon us a pair of the infused goggles, or the lenses at least. Right now we're just making the lenses for it. It's a really simple recipe, just a couple silver, gold, and the book. Plus, of course, the lenses. And there we go. Successfully bound a foliate into the lenses. So I now have a demon infused in my lenses. Which then, if I look up the use for this, I need a lens frame and some kind of leather. Lens frame is other stone and more silver ingots. Yeeh, I don't have much andesite left at all, actually. I have like 3 other stone and a bit of this. I use so much of it just in general getting here. I think it's going to be very important for me to actually get a bit more resources here very shortly, since I'm running low on them. But at least I have enough to make this. There we go, one set of Otherworld Goggles. Now, if you're wondering what these do, this allows you to see the unseen. I don't know if you remember the demon fruit that we used to eat, and it would turn everything kind of like this hazy gray and everything. This kind of does that. You can just straight up wear it like this, and everything you've kind of got like rose-tinted glasses. It's a little bit less obtrusive as the eating the Demon's Dream fruit. So this will achieve the same goal, but at the same time you can also see things in the Nether that you couldn't before. Now, why would I want to do this? Because I am going to be looking for specific stuff in the Nether. Yes, I have to go back. The Nether. But don't worry, we have ways of teleporting back with our recall amulet and such, so it shouldn't be too bad. But we need to make a spirit-attuned pickaxe head. And you might be wondering where this is going. Ultimately, I need materials, and the materials are called Iesnium. Iesnium is found in the Nether, and these are the only tools I can use to mine them and find them, or find this stuff currently. And so I'll need some spirit-attuned gems to make a spirit-attuned pickaxe head. There we go. There we go. A Book of Binding, Jinn or Genie, depending upon how you want to pronounce it. It is made with purified ink, some green dye, and one of those book and quill. So it's not that bad to make. then, of course, you combine it with your Akashic Tome, in this case, the Dictionary of Spirits, and you get yourself the book. And I think I've got everything I need here. A spirit-tuned pickaxe head, a couple of sticks for the handle, a couple of silver for the binding agent, and, of course, the book. And everything should be purple particles. Yep. There we are. And of course, we're on Strigier's Higher Binding. So far, these are all rituals that we have made the stuff for before. And I hope you like the new setouts. It's really nice, actually, working the mana and artifice stuff. Having them kind of like set up with this little weird grid pattern and everything. It's just really neat. And there we go. We now have one Infused Pickaxe. And this pickaxe is the only kind, besides an Iesnium Pickaxe, that can be used to mine Iesnium without turning it into dust. Now, you could feasibly use like Silk Touch to pick up the Iesnium ore, but you can't really do anything with it after that. You'd still need to use one of these pickaxes. So, next we make ourselves a Divining Rod, and this is similar if you know the Scannable mod. It's like a magic version of that, but it only works with a couple of occultism items. In this case, I'm going to need some netherrack. Yeah, I've got a bit of that. We'll just toss one of these down. When I put this down, and if I just right-click with this divining rod, it says it's not attuned to any material. You have to attune it to a couple things, one of which can be andesite, and that will actually try and find you some otherworld stone. It won't actually look for andesite. And this, if I sneak click on netherrack, it now says it's attuned to Iesnium ore. So it's going to look for Iesnium ore. It's kind of weird that you're clicking on one thing and it tells you where something else is, but that's pretty much how it works. Now before I go though, I think what I'm going to do is kind of enchant up this pickaxe. I don't think it shows here, but I think it only has like about 40 durability or something ridiculous like that. So I figure I'm going to make it last as long as I can, so I don't have to make an Iesnium pickaxe, and instead I can just use this Infused Pickaxe for the same purpose, because Iesnium is something that I'm going to need. Alright, there we go. I now have Unbreaking 3, Unusing, Fortune 3, Efficiency 5, Acquisition, and Tinted. Acquisition and Tinted I didn't really care about, but I had to do those in order to get to some of the other enchants. But still, the Unusing enchant is probably the most valuable for me because it will stop it from breaking once it gets down low enough. If I need to, I can always repair it with other methods. Now, of course, I do have some mending books as well, but I figure there are some other means that I can use to repair things too, instead of using some of those mending books. But either way, this should last me quite a while with all the stuff that's on there, and it should do quite well. And there we go. It may not be my Nemean lion hide awesomeness, but this is definitely going to help me out a little bit. I've got a lot of unnecessary stuff on there, but mostly it's got the Unbreaking, Protection 4, and that's all I really wanted on there. So I can put this on, and I can see things in a new rose-colored light. It's kind of interesting. And the Crystal of Memories has been fantastic, by the way, for me just getting my levels back. Let's sneak click, and there we go. Now it's taking XP. Put that in place. Put this here, and I think I'm about ready to go into the Nether. I've got no weapons on my hotbar. Let's grab my bow, and we'll put that here, because I think actually I'm gonna want something more than my Pickerang, aren't I? Oh yeah, I forgot I've got a break area spell. Okay, never mind. I could just use that. So to explain more why we need Iesnium, if you look at the Dimensional Mineshaft, or even the foliates or the Djinn miners that we need, the Mineshaft requires a block of Iesnium. The foliate ceremony requires an Iesnium pickaxe. And the Ore Miner Djinn requires an Iesnium pickaxe and a block of Iesnium. So there's a bit there that needs to be done. So I'm going to head down into the underground and then go into my Nether portal with my new rose-colored glasses. We'll use the Divination Rod. Oh my gosh, this constant bouncing up and down on the stairs is really killing me here. And then we'll find our stuff. And here we are in the Nether. No worse for wear, but how do we find Iesnium? Well, there might actually be some very, very close by. So as we've already got this attuned to Iesnium ore, all I need to do is hold right click. watch the purple thing just kind of go up and down. It'll tell you about the distance in how full that crystal is, with it, whether it be really dark purple or not. Then you look around for some kind of, there we go, item that will tell us how far away we are. And there goes Hades giving me blessings again. Alright, well, I'm just going to work my way over towards where I saw that. That's the closest one that there was. And then I'll start using my special pick to get it. Aha, okay, it's very close now. And actually, with my glasses on, this is just going to help me stop from accidentally mining it. Yeah, see, I can see it now. If I take these goggles off, it looks like regular netherrack. But if you look in the bottom right, it does say occultism netherrack. So that's another way of doing it. You can still use the divination rod to find it. And when it's highlighted, you know that it's there. And you can mine it with the infused pickaxe. You don't have to have the goggles on. So let me do this. There we go. And I got myself some Iesnium ore, just like that. Pretty darn cool. But just so that I don't accidentally mine these things, I'm going to put on my Otherworld Goggles so that I can see them much simpler. And now to continue on, looking for more Iesnium. And actually, I just realized there's lava here. And that means that I need to change my trinkets to be from Poison and Wither to Blaze Heart. There we go. Now I should be fire immune. Let's find out. Yes, I do not take any damage from the lava anymore. Great. Okay. So now to continue on, I might not do the full break area. Maybe I'll just do a regular little break spots instead. There we go, 32. I think a half a stack is good. I even found a little bit of ancient debris along the way, which is kind of nice. A little extra benefit there. All right, I also have emptied my inventory a few times now. It's taken me probably about, I don't know, 20-30 minutes here of just searching around getting this stuff. Let's open this up and just dump these in. You can see that I have quite a bit of space still in my storage here, and I've got it packed with most of my items at this point, which you can see quite a bit of. So instead of trying to find my way back, I'm just going to use a recall amulet and head home. And thankfully, my home is this bed. I did rebind it to this when I got back from the castle in the sky. So let's take this off, put my little lion head back on. Oh, everything's much more colorful and less pink. Still good to have, though. I can't complain about it. The thing did its job, and it did it well. So with that, I now can process the Iesnium. Now, using Elemental Craft, I could double it. I might even be able to double it in the over there. I wonder if I can. Actually, I think it's worth a try. This is the doubling one, so let's put one piece in there and see. Oh, that's right. I have a bunch of silver ingots that I ended up processing. Let's put those away. I'm going to need those in a minute here for some of these lamps. But I'm going to process this, see if it doubles, and then if it doesn't, well, I'm definitely just going to be using our slow crusher buddy, which I've got in here, and that will more than suffice. Oh, it doubled. It doubled the Iesnium ingots. Okay. So then I'm going to do this. It's going to double these, and it'll also smelt them at the same time. This will take me a little bit of time because this is a slow process, but it is much faster than the slow crusher. So once I'm done getting a whole bunch of these, I shall return. Something else of note, the empty magic lamps that I'm going to need, because I'm going to make one of both of these, a Ginny one, or a Jinn one, and one of the foliates, because I need some regular mundane blocks as well, and it also gets you some good resources on the side of that. But also the this one here gets you all the different ores. Each of those are going to require an empty magic lamp, which also requires Iesnium. So yeah, you need a decent amount of this stuff. So while that's currently smelting, I figured it's nighttime. I might as well do a little bit of Eidolon while I'm at it. So I upgraded my table here with a wither rose in a potted plant, or in a pot. I also just liked the decorativeness of the candlestick. I also added the wither skeleton skull. So it's much more powerful because this even replaced both skulls that I had on here. And everything is just more powerful in general. But if I look here in Sacrifice Animal, perform the chant above before an altar and a goblet filled with animal's blood. Sacrifices are highly valued, but may only be performed once per day. So I'm going to try this. I don't know if chanting this will kill the animal or not, or if I need to kill the animal. But either way, I'm going to grab some more fence here. Let's grab some of these just so I can have this nearby. I'm going to try and trap said pig in place in hopes that it won't go too far. It probably can still get up on this table. I don't know. But we're going to try it and see what happens. And I think, what was it? It was, all right, purple, purple, red, purple. Okay. And then just need to do this. Okay. So let's put this pig down. See if I can get up here. And I've got 2 pigs. One in each of these little crystals here. See if I can actually grab one. There we go. Pigoo, you stay there. Don't you do it. All right. We need this, and chant. Okay, so I must... Oh, right, I need to have this filled. So there we go. By killing the pig next to this, I totally forgot. The goblet gets filled with its blood, and then I can do the chant. So now, if I do this... Nice! Unlocked soul sign. Woohoo! Which, if I go in here... I have 3 new options to choose from, actually. Touch of Darkness, Stone Altar, and Elder Statue, which the Elder Statue is an upgrade to my Straw Effigy, and we'll see about upgrading that as well. So, yeah, things to look forward to. And, of course, that'll require an Unholy Symbol. I think that's the Touch of Darkness here. The Dark Lord has granted you the ability to touch certain items with dark power. Perform the above chant while looking at a certain dropped item. When cast on pewter inlay, the inlay will be transfigured, taking the form of an unholy symbol. Excellent. Okay. So I think I still have some pewter inlay. All right, so let's throw the pewter inlay on the ground. And then I need to be looking at it. All right, make sure that it's a rotating thing. And it's eyeball Z, eyeball Z. All right, let's try this. Mystical signs. Oh my gosh, I now has the Unholy Symbol. This is something that I've been needing for a while now in order to get some of the better stuff, like the Axe of Cleaving, or more importantly, the Reaper's Scythe. Using this, I can just get soul shards by killing enemies with this thing, which is fantastic, especially if I put like some serious like enchants on this thing. I mean, heck, we might have gotten a few of those recently. And I can now make the Elder Statue as well. And I can make the Wicked Weave, which is used for making a lot of the... I thought it was used for making the outfit. Oh, it is. There it is. Warlock's Cloak and other stuff like that. Cool. And there we go. With that, I have 32 Iesnium ingots just from the first batch. I've already used 2 to make the magic lamps. Let's see if I can make enough of the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got plenty of those. And I think I can just straight up make an Iesnium pick, which I can't... with some sticks here? I think so. Let's do this. This. Yeah, see, there's no ritual needed for this. And it's going to have a lot more durability than the other pick that I have, but I'm going to use these for rituals more than anything. So I'm going to need at least a couple blocks of those. And then I'm going to put the excess in here, and I'm going to let this smelt up into another 32 ingots of Iesnium. All right, there we go. And I currently am set up to make a dimensional mineshaft. Now I'm actually going to make 2 of these so I can have 2 of them running at the same time. One for a miner foliate and one for an ore miner gin. And this is just so I can get the differences of materials. All right, and as this one uses a different ritual, that is Xevious' Spectral Compulsion on a different floor, which is actually 2 floors down, I'm going to do this one next, which is the miner foliate. That's an empty magic lamp, gravel, some kind of iron ore, and an Iesnium pickaxe with a bound book. All right, there we go. And that started summoning that one. Let me go check on the status of the other. As it turns out, the miner foliate was still summoned faster than me making my first dimensional mineshaft. So this might take me a while longer than I had anticipated. Okay, and there we have our first dimensional mineshaft. Now I am going to make a second one, but before I do that, I think what I'm going to do is start up the Djinn summoning ritual, which might take me a little bit as well. I don't know how long this one's going to be. Most of these rituals do take some serious time. There are a few, though, that don't take much time at all. Oops, I need the proper lamp. I think that's all the ingredients. And then I put this down. And there we have it. Another ore miner. So I've got both of those now just to make one more of those dimensional shafts. And while I'm waiting for the dimensional mine shaft to be formed, because that area is currently chunk loaded, I am going to be making myself a little bit of a new weapon. There we go, Reaper's Scythe, Harvester of Souls. And this will automatically get me more of those soul shards when I'm out, like, killing things. At least that's what I believe that's how it works. Let's go see if we can find an enemy to attack. Here, I'm actually not finding anything at nighttime. Oh, hey, look, there's a ray. Just appropriate. And with that, yep, I got a soul shard. Nice. So now I'm just going to heavily enchant this like I have been most things. But I might actually do a little bit something else with that in the future. I don't know. I mean, these things aren't exactly difficult to make, though. Finally got it, my second dimensional mine shaft. And I've got my Reaper's Scythe as well. So let's go all the way to the top. You can see I have my storage currently surrounded with tier 1 dimensional storage. I could go with the tier 2 or 3 or 4 or so on and you know, keep upgrading them, but for now I'm happy with what I've got because I'm still not even using that. But here's what I'm going to do. Dimensional mine shafts, if you put them over top of an inventory, you can just put them on top of a chest, and I think it'll work like that. But I'm going to do this with hoppers. Yeah, see, I'm not actually sure because they have their own internal inventory. Yeah, I think that they need a hopper to pull something out of it. So I'm going to put these two things in these. That's basically where this goes. This goes in this slot. But first I'm going to enchant them. All right, first and foremost, the most important thing, unusing. I have no idea if this is actually going to work in that thing, but it's worth a try at the very least. Unbreaking is another thing. It's going to make it last so much longer. And then I think, why not? I'll do tinted. Yeah, there's no more enchants to put on there, but that's really cool. I could put mending on there as well, but I think we'll just see how this works. And yeah, we can always repair it with other means. I keep saying that and alluding to something else, but we will definitely be getting there. Don't worry. And I just realized that my djinn is named Cry Murder. That's kind of spooky. All right, so now that I'm up here and these things have unusing and unbreaking 3 on them, I'm going to put the miner foliate in here. And I'm going to put the ore miner djinn in here. And then we're going to see what the two differences are next episode, I think. Because this is going to take some time for this to actually work. I do have it chunk loaded, so it should work while I'm not here. Just to make sure. I'm going to right click on the darn thing. And I think because I'm unsure of where we are for content right now, we'll start off with a bunch of the tomes stuff next time. And I think that's a good starting point, as well as those are going to be you know, mining up things while we're away. If you look here, oh my gosh, I forgot how fast I had this thing set up. So this is going to be much slower. I don't think that this is actually set up to be anything. Is this going that fast? Wow. Okay. So I remember when I set this up that it would be pretty fast, but geez, oh Pete's. Okay, yeah, go for the djinn for the fast results. It just is much faster, but this one, I think I'll only ever need one. If you notice, it hasn't even taken any damage yet for the few that it's done, but it's getting me regular mundane materials, which is going to be very beneficial. It will have a chance of getting some other stuff as well. If you look at the uses in here, I think... Yeah, it'll tell you when you click on the dimensional mineshaft the chance of getting some of these other things. So you still will get regular ores and such in here as well, just at a reduced rate. Like diamonds, you still have a 0.5% chance, as well as things like, you know, amethyst, which in some cases can be better. But you'll also get your other stuff. You'll even get some other stone in there. A bunch of diorite and other just stuff. Andesite is primarily what I really want this for. I am tired of mining andesite or trying to find andesite because I'm not in an andesite heavy biome. It's just sporadically out and about. But yeah, with that, I think we're going to call it here, or at least for this episode. And I think next time we're going to start up with tomes. I thought that we could get into it today, but I think I was a little mistaken. Occultism can take a bit of time, but it definitely has some really worthwhile results. And that's not even including a bunch of the stuff I haven't covered yet, which there's like familiars and all sorts of really neat stuff, but we won't be getting into that right now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe. Come visit us on Twitch. Yes, we stream regularly. come visit us on Twitch, which is a streaming platform where we do Let's Plays, and there's multiples and we have lots of fun. But anyway, come visit us, and don't forget to click the notification bell. See you all next time.